It was a quiet night at Central City. The street was peaceful while the wind was whistling with the breeze under the blanket of the night sky. Then a quick beam of particles races to the ground. In the end of the particles was Barry Allen in his underwear and tank top. He seems to be gasping for air due to the fact that he was stopping then speeding up. Alas, he just fell down at the middle of the sidewalk in the busy Times Square. At the same time in Gotham in the Wayne mansion, Bruce Wayne woke up in the dead of the night, loudly gasping for air, but suddenly, Damian Wayne came roundhouse, kicking the bedroom door, asking if what's wrong. Then Alfred came rushing over, pushing Damian to the side and checking Bruce's pulse, and finally just open palm smacking the back of Bruce Wayne. While Clark Kent was sleeping, he suddenly sprung up holding his throat, then a laser beam blast from his eyes. Good thing he was in the top floor or someone might have gotten seriously hurt. He just smashed the wall and hastily flew up. While having dinner at a fancy Washington restaurant, Diana and Shira suddenly paused everything, then dropped the utensils they were holding, finally, crashing down and collapsing, but suddenly, both girls was suddenly teleported to the watchtower. The manhunter quickly said, "Hurry, take them to the infirmary." Bruce persistently grabbed the manhunter's arm and said, "Do you know what you've done?" The manhunter replied, "I hope I gave you fighting chance," before Bruce collapsed to the ground and the medics picked him up and brought to the infirmary. An hour later, a man in a hospital gown with a doctor's mask and scrub hat is coming from behind the manhunter. The manhunter just openly said, "How are you, Batman?" Batman replied, "It's not that I don't appreciate what you have done, it's that you have exposed us to the public." The manhunter replied, "Superman flew up before I teleported him. You were in the Wayne mansion, with just Damian and Alfred. The Flash was in a constant lights around him, so I highly doubt anyone would notice him and gone. Diane and Hawkgirl was already exposed. I would question if they were even incognito, and about the medics, I already swiped a little bit of their memories." Batman said, "What about the Green Lantern, Cyborg or Aquaman?" The manhunter replied, "Green Lantern Corp interrupted my rescue. I do not comprehend the situation. Cyborg is doing some upgrades, but he'll be up here later on. About Captain Marvel, the kids are on vacation, and I lost contact with Aquaman." Batman replied, "Okay, when can we go down?" The manhunter replied, "That's a no-go, Batman. In the current condition of the team, everyone is currently quarantined here, until further notice." Batman kept quiet for a while, then said, "I trust your decision," then walked away. Superman was going toward the manhunter and alternatively saw Batman walking away. Asking the manhunter, "Why is Bruce have a calm body like his, not worried?" The manhunter questioned Superman, "How did you know he was calm?" "Oh right, X-ray vision," then loudly, saying, "There is a spare costume in the backup vault. Do you want the combination number?" Bruce replied, "Who do you think place it in there?" Then walked out. Superman asked, "What's going on, Jayon? Can we go down now?" The manhunter replied, "That's a negative, Superman. No Justice League member is allowed back down until we have a better understanding of the situation." Superman replied, "I understand the decision, but I doubt you can persuade Bruce to go with your plan." The manhunter replied, "I know." Superman replied, "Then how can you be so calm about it?" The manhunter replied, "Remember the costume. Why do you think I mentioned it to him?" Superman replied, "Still I would be wary, so where do we stand on this?" The manhunter replied, "We know that it's not airborne because only the Justice League members are targeted. In this particular case only the core members of the Justice League are being affected, and so far that's all we got." Superman replied, "If it's not the population, then it's not a world conquest, so this might be a personal vendetta." Then spoke to the manhunter, "Look at the files of enemies we locked up from Earth." The manhunter replied, "I am on it. In the meantime, could you check up on the cosmic ray sector 14, but don't go too far into space. We might solve this and need you. Take Steel and Booster Gold with you." Superman replied, "Over and out," then left. As Batman in full costume was in the infirmary, he saw Barry Allen playing with spinning chair by his infirmary bed. Barry was making his chair rotate from right to left, then stopping it with his feet, then rotating the chair from left to right. Batman came to his back and said, "This is no time for play. We are in the middle of a crisis and protect your identity." Flips the Flash's costume ring in Barry's direction from Batman's utility belt and then said, "Here, have my spare, or in this case your spare." Barry said, I'm not playing, I'm testing what is faster, going to the left or to the right. But a second later, static shock came through the door, saying while he got the attention of Batman, you're right, Barry, it is more fun spinning while racing. Then Batman looked at Barry. Barry just took the Flash's costume ring and from the air and left. By the door from which Superman was about to leave, he saw Batman outside the door. Batman asked if Superman still carry an old radio with an antenna. Superman got an old radio with an antenna and gave it to Batman while saying, it has an ugly reception being in space, the frequency is unpredictable, why don't you just borrow a satellite radio from the watchtower, for better signal? Batman replied, I'm borrowing this for the parts. Superman said while walking away, just bring it back hopefully in one piece. The Manhunter got a video call from Aquaman. The image was dark and losing frequency. The Manhunter said, hello Aquaman, are you there? Answer if you could hear me. A voice which sounded like from Aquaman said, Jayon, whomever is out there, I just want you to know that I did not do it and I'm running cause I'm being accused of treason to the Treaty of Atlantis and land dwellers and punishable to death of the entire family, and I must protect Mara and Marquez. Please understand my predicament. And then the image off from the screen. The Manhunter spoke to the screen for Aquaman to reply, but no reply. All the screens in the watchtower and the superheroes' devices turn on, with Jayon's image projection, stating as follows: heroes and heroines, as of now we have a threat that is unusual to say the least. We seem to have a threat that is not directed to any population, but only to our core member, but we take it very seriously after all. It managed to threaten the Man of Steel, so for now we are holding the core members of the Justice League in complete quarantine, until further notice. I appreciate your cooperation. Then the video turned off. As Nightwing was checking his earpiece, a beep for another channel made a sound. When he answered it, who is this? It was the voice of Batman saying, who else knows the frequency for this channel? Nightwing replied, you said it yourself, you can never be too sure, so what's going on right now? And why are you calling me in a different frequency? Batman replied, we are being quarantined until further notice, so I need you to be my eyes and ears back on Earth. Nightwing replied, okay, what do you need? Batman replied, investigate about what happened to us here. What we got so far, we know it is something that only the original Justice League committed from the past, so analyze the past files, and we also know that it's personal because the mass is not in immediate danger. And Nightwing, you cannot contact me in any way. Nightwing replied, okay Batman. Nightwing out. Back on Earth, Nightwing went and looked the files of past and present inmates that the Justice League have captured, and the first name that fits everything Batman's description was a very powerful and influencing to the people man named Lex Luthor. Nightwing left and confronted Lex, but Lex Luthor was clear in explaining that, even though the plan is brilliant, he cannot possibly pull off due to the advanced science involved, and right now he or his company will not produce the device because it's pointless in making profit. And before Lex could finish his egotistical speech about himself, Nightwing was already gone. Next stop, Dr. Amanda Blake Waller. She was in a government building, just standing and contemplating, when a dark figure in her back suddenly spoke. Why did you do it? She said, oh, you startled me, Batman. No, you're without the wing and the ears. Robin, I swear you have the same entrance. Nightwing said, so why did you try to get rid of the Justice League in a subtle way? Dr. Waller said, that's the opposite of what I want to happen. True, I want to abolish the Justice League, but I want to get rid of them, with the recognition, or at least them knowing it was me. In a short answer, no, I am not the one. As quickly as Nightwing sneaked up on her is as quickly as he disappeared. Dr. Waller said as Nightwing was swinging outside and jumping on top of building like father like son. While Barbara Gordon was lounging down in the bed and reading a magazine. A dark image of silhouette by the window. She quickly realized as the image was getting closer into the light that it was Nightwing. Barbara was relieved that it was him, and said, it's just you, what do you want? Nightwing went inside through the window and said, I need you to check with Batman's body X-ray from moments ago to see what happened to him, so I something to report cause I got nothing from the interrogation, at least I got something to report. Barbara placed the magazine down and got in her wheelchair. While typing in the computer and Nightwing was glancing on the back of her